Unstay basketball.
Correct. We better really savor this one.
Exactly.
Might be our last group gold for a while, according to Evan Cohen.
Did you spend too much time in the sun last week in Florida?
Not enough. Not enough.
The tan looks outstanding,
Thank
by the
you.
way.
Yeah, what level
Tan
was it
looks
in the booth?
great.
It was the sun playing tennis, and normally I go at Evco Radio on Instagram. Please follow me, and I post those things.
But no following of CC or I?
No, you have enough followers. I have none.
Or CC or me, I guess is correct.
Well, normally I will post things about like my life because I've been told that that's a good idea. Like when you're on a platform like this, and I don't like to show myself because I'm very self-conscious, but I show like tennis and things that I do. But because I got ridiculed by Smalls, I don't do that anymore.
I told you I was messing with you.
Well, this is nonstop. So far today, I have you two telling me, and when you cut me off, and you make it seem like I'm rooting for France over the United States
Sounds
at
like
a
it.
future Summer Olympics
Sounds
in basketball.
like it. That's what I got.
And I got Kimberly Martin saying, "Aren't you happy that Evan's not here?" You know,
But they cut off
I
the
do miss
audio.
the sun, actually.
Then
We don't
she
know
said
that.
she loves you, and that you guys are on the same wavelength a lot, especially when it comes to music.
Anyway, oh boy. So Andy Reid is optimistic that Travis Kelce's going to come back.
Boy, that is a hard right turn.
Well, I want to read you this quote from over the weekend from Reid. There is communication, Reid said, of talks with Kelce. That's the main thing. I've said this before. As long as there's communication, I'm good. That means people want to move forward. I think that's where Travis is. Just not to nitpick every word. Was anyone doubting whether or not there's going to be communication between Travis Kelce and the Chiefs? They seem like they have one of the most healthy player-organization relationships that we've ever seen, right? Even if Travis Kelce is going to say, I'm not sure, I think he'll tell them, I'm not sure, right? Which means they have to act on it. That's where it gets interesting right now. The Chiefs, should they be yearning for Kelce to come back? Should they be looking at Tyreek Hill on a lesser deal, obviously, now that he's available? Should they be trying to, quote-unquote, run it back here?
Well, I think we all realize that the end is near for Travis Kelce. And even though last year he wasn't the same dominant player that he has been at times in his career, and the team wasn't as dominant as they were holistically at times throughout his tenure, he still led the Chiefs in targets. He led the team in receptions. He led the team in yards, touchdowns, and receiving first downs.
Because he was really good or because they had no choice?
Well, that is the question.
Exactly.
Was it symptomatic of his performance or because they need another option there?
Yeah, and that was not a statement for me. That was purely a question. So go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, but that's the question that they need to be asking themselves. And obviously what he's meant to this organization and what he brings to them in a lot of different ways, if he wants to come back, they're going to welcome him back. But they need to be looking and thinking about life beyond him. And maybe you bring Tyreek Hill back. You don't know what he's going to be like from a health standpoint. But again, his production has dipped during the past couple years during his time in Miami. So I don't know if both of those players coming back to the Chiefs is going to be what they need in order to reboot what is going to be the next iteration, hopefully, of dominant Chiefs football. They need to be thinking beyond both of them.
Yeah, they got to find more reliable pass catchers, particularly guys on the edges. And the investments that they've made over the last several years haven't panned out to the level that they need them to. Xavier Worthy's sinking a first-round pick into him. A lot of speed. He impacts the defense, but not necessarily in a way where you're talking about his production being outsized considering where his draft positioning was. Investing in Hollywood Brown in free agency, that hasn't panned out the way that Kansas City was looking for it. Rashee Rice, good player, but has dealt with some issues off the field and hasn't necessarily been reliable. And then, oh, by the way, he had an injury that he had to contend with once upon a time. So, I mean, their receiving core leaves something to be desired. And when you're talking about a 36-year-old tight end leading you in all of those major statistical categories for receivers, that's a problem. That just shows you that Patrick Mahomes doesn't have enough help. And it's why I said earlier in the year that the Kansas City Chiefs have taken the greatness of Patrick Mahomes for granted. And something about that has to change over the next several months, getting ready for the 2026 season.
Yeah, I mean, if I ran the Chiefs, he's coming back as long as he wants. There's no roster spot that's not going to be available for him. It's just the cost and the role that we'll have to discuss. And I believe, and I could be wrong, I believe he'll accept whatever role it is. He doesn't strike me as someone that at this point in his career is going to be like, nope, I need 10 targets a game. Like, I feel like he will play that complementary role in a way that is that aging Dirk Nowitzki, Tim Duncan, that aging superstar where he's like, I just want to be here, be around, and set this team up for what's next. Whoever it is they get at that time. If they go, I'm making this up.
It's not just about setting this team up for what's next. They believe that they have a chance to win a championship every single year. That number 15 is under center.
And they should believe that.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the motivation.
The next generation of Chiefs, maybe. The next iteration of Chiefs, right?
Who cares about the next iteration of Chiefs if you can win a championship next year?
Yeah, correct. If you're Travis Kelce, why do you care about setting up the organization?
No.
Do you want to really put your body through all of that and the time and effort that you have to put into getting ready to play and playing throughout the season if you don't think at this stage in your career you have a chance to win?
Yeah, listen.
But that's not what I'm saying at all.
I hear where you're coming from. I understand it. He has a lot of love for that organization. That's where he made his name and he's had a chance to win, 3 championships. Like, I get where you're coming from. But Travis Kelce coming back is not going to be altruistic. It's about Travis Kelce being able to get something out of the deal, and that something is another championship ring, having an opportunity to play in another Super Bowl, having another chance to win a ring with number 15. That's why he would be coming back. And to your point, I do think that he would be willing to accept whatever role they have for him. Being able to make the money work is going to be a little bit complicated.
2 for 20 would both.
Well, I think it's as simple as don't be disrespectful to Travis Kelce and what he means. Okay.
No, I'm asking. Would both parties say yes to that?
I don't know.
What's your guess? Is that too much?
His base salary last year was 4.5, roster bonus 12.5.
Right. So you wouldn't get to that level. Well, that's actually a low cap number, I would assume. Right? If I'm understanding that correctly,
okay.
Or lower cap number.
Yeah.
Could you get to a point where he's tight end 2 for double-digit millions of dollars? I guess if you can guarantee on a roster bonus and lower the cap, it's a thank you contract in essence.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. He might be tight end 2 for the regular season. He ain't gonna be tight end 2 when they get in the playoffs.
Well, and
that's
that
the
is
point.
that's
the Tim Duncan, David Robinson, San Antonio Spurs hanging up. Like that's that role.
Are you comfortable with that? Can they win if he becomes TE1 in the playoffs?
I'm comfortable with it because it makes number 15 more comfortable.
And there you go.
Point.
Is it a $10 million? I'm making up a number. A $10 million investment into extra happiness for 15 and extra comfort. And I don't mean comfort like lazy comfort. I mean comfort like, holy crap, it's 3rd and 17. I know he's going to be 18 yards away and catch the football. That's what the comfort is. Mm-hmm. So as long as 15 wants that, which we have to assume he does, I'm making it work with Travis Kelce. I have to find a way to make it work with Travis Kelce. He has been that good, and even when he was, for him, stinky, he was still better than everyone else.